Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a guest today. So, wow. So your book.
Let's get a back himself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you. Welcome back to On the Town with Tanya, where stories go beyond the page. Today, we're joined by a powerful new voice in literature, Laura. From a poet with a soul, deep reflections, to a drummer with lifelong rhythm, Laura's words speaks to pain, purpose, and faith. We're diving in today into her poetic debut, Thoughts of a Dying Soul, in My Darkest Hour, and the incredible journey that brought her here. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the lovely Laura DL. Hey,
Mhm.
Thank you. Appreciate being here. Thank you for inviting me.
thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a guest today. Wow. So your book is out now. Thoughts of a Dying Soul in My Darkest Hour. Can you tell us what inspired the title, and what does it mean to you personally?
The title I came about the title because that was actually supposed to be the title of my autobiography, which
Mhm.
I finished in 2010. Believe it or not. And I never got it out because I had to do a whole bunch of stuff to it. So I just say, you know what? The fastest thing out would be the poetry books. So I ended up putting Thoughts of a Dying Soul on this book so that it can symbolize what my life was like. I'm not in that space anymore. That was a really turbulent time in my life, in my early teens and early 20s. So that's how I came up with that Thoughts of a Dying Soul because I was literally dying inside.
Mm, wow. Well, was there a defining moment that pushed you to write this collection?
As I got into my early 20s or my mid 20s, yes, it was family situation that sent me kind of over the top, and
Mhm.
my only way to deal with that was to start writing.
Wow. How did your spiritual foundation influence the emotions and the themes in your poetry? Because there's a lot in there. Beautiful.
Spiritually, it influenced my writing because I grew up in the church. We were church girls. Well, actually, church girls with a T. I mean, it got that bad for us when we were growing up. Oh, here come the church girls, church girls, church girls. Oh my gosh! So yeah, it inspired me because I grew up in the church, and you really can't get away from it. Once God put that stigma on you, you got that stigma, and it's
Mm,
hard to get away from it. Even though you fight and fight and fight and fight and fight, and I ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. You still, at some point, it's going to come out in your literary works and your songs. I mean,
mm.
I equate my writings to like DMX because yes, that brother. Oh yes, it goes deep. It
Yes,
goes
it
deep.
does. He was very,
It goes
everybody knows
deep.
that was very deep. Wow.
It goes deep.
Um, many of your poems feel like a cry from the soul. Is writing a form of therapy for you?
Absolutely, it is.
Mm,
It
mm,
absolutely is therapy because a lot of times when you hold stuff in,
mm,
not only does it hamper you from moving forward in life, it also does damage to your body. So
mm,
over the years, I realized that like stress caused a lot of damage in my body, and I'm
mm,
learning that now. So in order for me to get that stress out of my body, I had to release it onto paper, or else
mm.
it's gonna kill you. Trust me,
Yes,
stress will kill you.
I believe it. I believe it. You've
Yes, it
spoken
will
about.
kill you.
Yes, no, it will. You've spoken about being an underachiever earlier in life, right? So how did college become a turning point for you?
College became that turning point because I believe it's getting out of that environment that I was in or around. Sometimes you got to get out of where you are to see
Mm,
who you really are.
mm,
And that's what happened.
mm.
In
Wow.
school, I had a lot of distractions in high school. So it's like, oh my God, the things that you have to go through with students and people from your neighborhood and all that, just constantly you like this. So when I got to college, it was like, okay, I have to grow up fast. I went to college at 17. I did
Mm,
not go at the normal age that usually people go. I say, you know what? that was a defining moment. I got to grow up. This is crazy. I'm already here. I got to do what I got to do. I got to make my parents proud. I can't keep being a flunky. I
Right.
was basically an underachiever, and I don't know why. High school, like, all right, high school doesn't do it for some high school, for some students. One example is Latifa. She quit school because sometimes you shouldn't be in some of these high schools. You should be in a gifted school. And if people are not paying attention, you're just gonna fail.
Yes.
And that's where I found myself. My report cards were horrible until I got to college. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to keep going down this road. I got to apply myself. And I think it's because I started doing what I like to do. I went into communications and media arts first.
Mm, that's it.
Yeah,
That's what
I always wanted to be in communications and media arts, producers, all that. I wanted to do all that stuff when I was coming up.
yeah, it's important to know what you love and what your gifts are, because then you just be wandering around forever. You're
Mm.
not just a writer; you're also a drummer and an audio engineer. How do music and poetry feed each other in your creative process?
If you do study poetry, there's a lot of beats in poetry, just like there are in drums.
Mhm.
So if you ever have a chance to study Langston Hughes, he had a lot of syncopated beats in his poetry. So
Yes.
I used to always say the beats in my head because it is beats. When you write the poem down, or when I used to write songs, I'm a lyric writer too. When I write songs, that beat's already there, or that rhythm, or what do you say, the melody is already there. So when I write the song, it's like boom, but da 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 da. So it's already there. It's always playing in your head, these beats, but it
Mm,
just comes out in words. So words and then hitting the drums have a lot of significance. Like it has notes.
that's
It has
amazing.
notes.
Wow. So that's amazing. I think all music is touches all genre. However you do it, sing, write, play. It's all what's the word I would use? Synchronic. That's a word I made up.
Rhythmic,
It's
rhythmic, rhythmic.
all rhythmic, but it all syncs up somehow, which is why it works
Yes,
so well. And there's so many types, genres that's why you can do anything. That's all
right.
of what you hear. Um, so anyway, you released a follow up, "Thoughts of a Rising Soul." How does that continue or contrast the message of this book?
Thoughts of a Rising Soul is me coming out of that dark place. Okay.
Mm,
The poems that you find in Thoughts of a Rising Soul deals mainly with the race and women's issues.
okay.
So it's an introspective. I usually incorporate nature into my poems. So if I look at the sky and I'm thinking about a poem like Battle for Supremacy, that poem came from me just driving down the road and I'm like, boom, the sky is turning different colors.
Mm,
Okay. So Battle for Supremacy came from just viewing nature, or sometimes I look at a tree or a branch and I'm like, oh wow, this just came to me. So it's a constant thing. You always get inspiration by just seeing things. Poets are seers. And I
mm,
just wish that people would recognize that we can recognize we can recognize poets from yesteryear, but you got to understand that we are here to generate a different space. And so I just wish that people would keep poets alive in 2025. Don't let us die, because I know it's hard to come behind Tupac and all these people, but listen, we have a message, and
yes,
sometimes it's even stronger, but people are just, they caught up in that that era, and it's like, oh my God, listen
they're
to
getting it
us,
though.
it's
They're
going to
getting it.
help you.
Yeah, they're getting it,
They're getting it.
especially the young lady who did the poem at Obama or Biden's. I think it was Obama's thing. The young laureate, the girl, African American girl who did that poem, that brought it all back. If it
Mm.
was going, I don't think it was going, but if it was, that younger lady made everybody say, "Wait, I got to get back into poetry again. Wait a minute," because she was so brilliant, so brilliant. I used to write poetry. I still write, but I don't do poetic so much as I should, because it's something that really relieves the soul. um,
Yes, it does, honey. It relieves the soul and everything else.
yep, I know that's right. So faith, family, and self discovery are like central to your story. How do they show up in your writing? Faith, family, and self discovery.
It shows up in my writing. For a long time, I lived in my sister's shadow. Basically, you know, when you have an older sibling, most people remember them.
Yeah.
So I said at one point, I have to break out of this. I have to create my own path. I spent so many years people calling me my sister's name, and I'm like, no, I'm Laura. I'm
Right.
not Yolanda.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
I say I got to create a space for myself. How do I break the mold?
Right.
And so that was a help.
Right.
Um, to,
Yeah.
to to try to find my own path, to have a message from me, to say, hey, I'm here.
Right.
I can no longer live in somebody else's shadow.
Right.
That's not going to work for me. So, bless it. I love my sister and everything, but I'm not her.
Right.
Okay, we're totally different people. And
Right.
so, yeah, I had to break the mold and get out of that little rut that I was in. And I said, well, my words have power, so I'm going to have to use that. I mean,
That's it.
my
That's it.
I have to speak it loud now, because before I was a quiet child, never said anything. I kept a lot of stuff inside, but I said, you know what? I'm going to have to start speaking my mind. And the person that really inspired me to start speaking my mind was, what is her name now? It's slipping my mind. Maria Davis. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
Oh,
Maria
Maria.
Davis.
That
She's in the
sounds
music industry.
okay.
She
Sounds
said,
familiar.
don't be afraid to speak your mind. She
Mm.
told me that one day, and I was like, okay, okay.
Wow. Wow. That is so powerful. Powerful. What does what does vulnerability mean to you as an artist, and how do you protect your peace while you're sharing so much?
You say, how do I protect my
Yeah.
peace
What is
from
vulnerability, and
sharing
how
my
do you
vulnerability?
protect? Mm-hmm. What? How? Your hope? Yeah. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna get it right one day. What does vulnerability mean to you as an artist first, and how do you protect your peace while you're sharing so much?
That's a great question.
Because you expose a lot when we're writing. You know.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I don't want to put it down as it came out. That's how I protect my peace.
Okay,
But
that's
I
smart.
still let myself be vulnerable.
Mm,
Sometimes I may change a word or a phrase and be like, you know what? I don't think they're ready for that.
okay.
So that's
Okay.
how I protect my peace. I sometimes I don't put it like I want it, like it first hit me. And I say,
That's
well, let me smooth it out a little bit. But people told me, stop doing that. Just put it out. And I said, you got to think about your audience. And see, now that I'm in school as an English major, you really got to think about the audience.
yes.
Because some things you say can disrupt other people's lives to the point where it disrupts their lives. So I
Yes.
kind of like to change the spectrum sometimes when I'm saying certain things in my lyrics and that in my poetry. And that's how I keep my peace, by not allowing certain words to come out my mouth a certain way.
Brilliant answer. Wow. How do you hope your poetry speaks to readers who may be struggling with identity, faith, or self worth?
My answer to that is know your journey.
Mm,
Know your journey.
mm, so important.
Stay on the path that God set for you, no matter how hard it is. Keep that journey and keep that focus. Focus is very important. Keep the
Yes.
focus. Don't let people sway you. Um, know that you have purpose,
Mm,
even though you might not see it in the beginning.
mhm.
But if you just keep faithful and keep on pressing and just keep on listening to the messages that come to you, because sometimes we miss the message. It comes from people. And you're like, you know what? That person told me that 12 years ago. How come I didn't listen?
Mm,
That could have been the voice of God telling you, hey,
get it together.
listen to the voice. Listen to the voice. As long as it's not telling you nothing bad, listen to the voice and keep on that journey. Because
Mm,
I'm telling you, if you get off that path that you was put here for, you're gonna go through some hell. Believe
oh,
me
yeah.
when I tell you.
Oh yes. Oh
Believe
yes.
me.
So you've also authored "Who's the Bully Now?" How does that
Mm.
project differ from your poetry collection? Because that was what caught my eye. Who's the bully now?
As I think I stated before, we dealt with a lot of bullies, but I had one in particular that put me through extracurricular hell.
Oh wow.
But I shall not. I'm not here to. I tell you what.
Hmm.
All the bullies that I had, in that main one, who's a bully now, really comes full circle.
Mm, mm,
And it was hard for me to talk about that. It was hard for me to put this book out, and I had so many different ways to put this book out, meaning detail,
mm,
detail.
mm,
And some said no, just keep it in line with the children.
Let me see the book.
Keep it simple.
Let me see. Hold it up.
So what? Yeah, keep
Hold
it.
it up.
Some
So we can see. Oh, I like
some
it.
said to me, keep it simple.
Hmm.
Only deal with the facts. I wanted it short and sweet, and that a child could understand. So I
Right.
just, and who's a bully now is this is my get back. Y'all, people kill my soul all these years. Now this is my get back, and I'm doing it nice in a nice way. And
Good.
so I could have went into detail. Some said just use the poetry
Mm,
and put it in a book.
good
And
job.
so I use the rhymes and I put the poetry. I use it as a poetical influence, and so that a child can understand it. But it's a message to adults too, and it's a faith book.
Mm.
It's a faith book.
And where they get it on Amazon?
They can get this on Amazon. I'm starting to put it in the stores now. I have some in a store in North Carolina,
Hmm.
but I'm trying to branch out into all of North Carolina and put it everywhere, like all the stores, like in Raleigh, and so forth and so on. I need to get one into Greenberg. I haven't done it yet, but yeah, I need to get the book out because there's so many kids going through bullying, and I'm telling you, like some of us, like I used to cry when I had to write, and when I wrote this part of my life out,
Hmm.
I couldn't stop crying. My friend would be looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "This is decades later."
Mm. Wow. Wow.
It really
That's where
affects some people. My sister's like, "What?" I'm like, "Look, people are different. Some kids really hold stuff, and they hold stuff for years and years and years to come. It's hard to let it go.
it's so
But
true.
I think now that I wrote the book, I'm getting my healing. I used to
No.
I couldn't even talk,
Oh wow.
but
Yeah.
now it's easier to talk about now that I wrote the book. So that's
Well.
the therapeutic part.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
people need to write it out,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
was a big help.
It does help. Writing does help. I don't care what anyone says. But that's great to just the bullies for kids who have been bullied. They might want to. The parents might want to grab that book because
Oh
it
yeah,
helps.
oh yeah.
Everybody's different,
Mhm.
like you said too. Um,
Oh yeah,
people
oh yeah.
tried to bully me and take my lunch money, but it never worked because I'm the type. I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha baby. I came
Well,
out that womb.
I was a tiny child. I was like really, I was smaller than everybody back then, but now I'm bigger than all of them. So I'm like,
Yeah,
word.
try me now.
But
You won't. No. Yeah,
I was
no.
a small child. I was like kind of scared of everybody. But
Were you a big
if
or
you ever
little?
push me,
You're a
hmm?
little sister or a big sister? You're a big sister or a little sister?
Am I?
Yeah, your sister's older or you?
She's older.
Oh, okay.
She's
Oh,
older.
okay. Okay. Usually when you have a bigger sibling, depending on their personality though. Like so
Yeah.
yeah, it depends on their personality. So
No, she had a bully, but she wouldn't let my bully keep on pushing me around.
yeah.
We and then it's so funny because one day the church girls we got down on somebody.
Good.
They was like, yo, all the kids in the neighborhood was like, yo, the church girl, yeah. We got down on this girl.
I
Like,
know. Well, sometimes
what?
you.
We got
Hey, look, Kendrick Lamar penned it best. He says sometimes you got to pop out on blank blank. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he means. Like sometimes people are expecting to be like, yes, Father, for our with thee. Yeah, yeah, Father. Here's the Bible. Oh, yes, Lord Jesus. For 10 Hail Marys. And then they take advantage of you. They keep taking advantage of you, take advantage. So you just gotta be like, bam, there it is. Woof. It's like, what happened?
Right.
Who was that person? I don't know who she was. I don't know who that was. So that's what I mean when I say that. You never want to an act of violence. You never want to out rah somebody really. But there are times in the bullying situation where you've got to grab that book, not grab that. I'm going to advocate anybody. You've got to show that bully what you really mean. That you're not about that life.
All right,
and
right.
You could be as young as 5, as young as 18. But sometimes there are a few bullies in this life that until you show them what you made of, they're gonna keep bothering.
Absolutely.
And you gotta shut them down. Period. Right. And I've had to shut people down. You know, they thought they were gonna try it, but I was like, you don't want to try that with an orphan. I was an orphan the first 7 years. Don't do that. Do not do that. You don't want to. Wow. I'm a Quaker, but I still have orphan thoughts. So you might not want to try that. I don't know. If it comes to my life, yours, never. Right. Because you have, like, I just realized in this life, when we allow people to bully, and I'm not saying shade to people who allowed it because they didn't allow it on purpose. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes, people walk over us when we lay down.
That's right.
You know what I mean by that? So just no judgment. It's just all kids. If you lay down, people gonna walk over you. And they're like, what do you
absolutely.
mean?
My friend always said, if you let people keep doing it, they're going to keep doing it. You let people keep taking stuff from you, they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. And
so, you keep giving them money, they're going to keep doing it.
That's not just at school, by the way. That's in life.
Right. That's in life in general. Yeah.
Yes. You'll find that if you lay down, people going to walk over you. Even if you ain't the right road. Okay, they still gonna be like, well, it's here, it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants the easy way out, right? So they want, or if they're hurting, they want to put their hurt on somebody else. So that's what that's about. That's why you have to always walk in your own purpose, divine purpose, with your head up, and know that, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not nobody's lame, man. What's wrong with you? That's not what we're doing.
Right.
I'm glad that I avoided the bully, but I also had a lot of siblings, so maybe that's why too. Because depending on who your sibling is, ain't nobody gonna try that.
No, I had a best friend that she beat the boys down. I had a best friend. Don't get me wrong now.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't like to fight, but if I hate bullies, I can't stand bullies. That's the one.
I know. Even now, like even at jobs. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't like bully. You bully somebody.
See, this is. Yeah.
It's just that's how my mother raised. Don't watch an atrocity.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Wow. And see, it's all in how your parents raise you. It's all in, it's something, man. You really, sometimes your parents raise you like now. I used to be like, well, my father don't do nothing. He don't even do nothing to help us out. But see, my father said to me after all these years, he just said the other day, well, if I knew about it, that wouldn't have been going on. You didn't know about it. Whoa. You didn't know about it? And I'm saying to myself, I said, my father hate us, man. He didn't even teach us how to fight. And he's like, I couldn't have known because that would have been going on. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, my daughter had a bully once, one of my kids, when she was real young, like 5. And I tried I think because he knew she was a Quaker, I was raising in peace, love, and light and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, that's cute. But after you hit my baby, it's a whole nother story now. So we had to, they got mad at me because I trained her how to defend. Well, actually, her stepfather trained her how to defend herself. And now they want to catch an attitude and say that we're the ones that are being aggressive. I was like, nope. I have a documentation for a year of my poor child being punched in the belly for this long. And, everybody who knows me knows that's unheard of because I'm the parent that will step in. And so for me not to step in at the point of you hit my baby, something's wrong with this picture. But I said, nope, we're going to take the high road. We're going to take the high road. We're going to be like Christians. We're going to do this. That didn't even work. And because the mother was a lawyer, they tried to really, lay it on me. And I was like, I don't care who you are. You could be the son of Christ. If you hit my baby, you better come correct. That's all I can tell you. You better come correct. definitely coming for you. She coming for you, or I'm coming for you. And luckily for him, she came for him because I don't accept. You're not hitting my child. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not that parent. So anyway, I'm glad that you figured it out because bullying is a big thing these days, especially there's so much. But I really believe our parents have to be the first ones to, at a very young age, 7, 8, to nip it in the butt. Very young age,
Absolutely.
before it even gets to that. It starts with,
Hmm.
oh, there's a lot to it, but I'm glad my mom, I don't know, my forever mom, she would put things in my head very early. So I'm not, I mean, I told you I was an orphan at first. So it's hard to bully an orphan. Like,
Hmm.
I'm the leader. I ain't the follower. So that's not going to
Okay.
happen. That starts very young, but I got mine from stubbornness rather than lessons. So it depends what we learn. There's no right or wrong. It's just okay. How can we get this person out of our life? Because I've seen people be, I don't want to say the word ascidal. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hint, hint. Because of bullying. That's how bad it can be. It can be that bad, and I don't want anybody to feel like that. Everybody belongs here.
Hmm.
Everybody deserves a shot, and everybody deserves to be heard. Period. Period. And when
Hmm.
you're not allowing that, you're bullying, and it's not fair. And it's not fair.
No,
So
it's not.
anyway, I think your book will be fantastic for a lot of people to read. So
Hmm.
what's next for your creativity? Another book, more music, or something unexpected?
Well, I'm gonna start doing some more music, but I'm
Hmm.
also I have another book coming real quick. Actually got more poetry books coming, and I got another children's book. I'm struggling with the name of the book, but
Okay.
it's coming out real soon. Right behind this, Who's the Bully Now?
Oh,
So
that
I'm like Diddy, can't stop, won't stop.
I
I'm
can't
gonna
stop.
be Diddy and Crouch, can't stop, won't stop. I gotta keep going, honey. I
That's
gotta keep going.
fabulous.
So.
Wow,
Got
that
to
is
keep
fab.
inspiring because it was a time when I said I was going to let my poetry die with me, my writings die with me. I said, you know what? It was in a box for about 12 years. All this
Mm,
stuff, well, longer than that now. But
mhm.
when went to the poetry slam in White Plains, and there was two situations that helped me take my stuff out of the box, and that was when this young kid came up to me after I did my poem, The Mind, and I'm wondering how did he understand this poem?
Mm,
He said, I like what you read. And I'm like, wait a minute, you 8 years old.
wow. Mm,
And I cry about that to this day, like, what is this kid going through? To
mm,
understand a poem like that.
wow. That's deep to be that young. That is very deep.
And I was just like, that floored me. I said, I can't throw my writings out now. I said, there's too many
Wow.
kids out here that are lost.
Mm,
We got to help these kids because, I mean, people think bullying is worse now. It's
yes.
more, I'm not gonna say it's worse now. People can get to you on a cell phone, but you had to walk home from school. I think that's worse. And people physically beating you behind or pushing you up against the wall. It's not. It's. I'm not taking away from now, but we went through some stuff. Like you had to walk home from
Oh, I know.
school.
I know. We all went through that at some point. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, as an orphan, I went through it in the homes, the group homes, the orphanage, whatever you want to call them places. Because when you're young, they call them
Mhm.
different things. And you have to go as soon as you get to any place, they're gonna test you. I'm lucky I had a big
Oh,
sister that wasn't having it, but so that's what saved me. But
amen.
a lot of people don't have that, and they have to go through
Yeah.
something. I thank God every day for my sister and for my even my brother. My brother wasn't having no shorts,
Me
especially
too.
when he got big enough to be. Oh, it was a wrap. You like I would never run into like the I'll call it the offensive boyfriend instead of saying the ABUS word,
Hmm.
SIB word. I'm not
Right.
gonna say. I don't know what you can say on these days, but I would my no because my brother would be like, "Wait, what? I'm coming over for dinner." And he's going to be the dinner. Like what? Like what? That's not going to happen. So I'm blessed. Sometimes I
Right.
may while other things
Amen.
may be shaky in my life. That's the one thing I can say. You ain't bullying me, and you definitely ain't coming up laying hands on me without getting hands laid back. That ain't happening
Oh,
because I just
okay.
past. It's my past. Sometimes it worked as a positive. It helped me in things like that. So it's all good. But I thank you so much, Laura. I'm going to wrap it up. Give me a second. Let me see.
Okay.
So thank you guys for watching. Please comment, share, and go get the books. Laura Donnell, isn't just writing poetry, she's writing her purpose. From faith to family, music to healing, her voice is clear. Pain can be powerful, and growth is always possible. Be sure to check out Thoughts of Dying Soul and stay tuned. Her story is only the beginning, guys. All right. And we will see you.
God bless you, Tanya. I appreciate you for having me, and you're doing so well. Be encouraged. You have been an inspiration in my life as well. God bless you. To
Thank
your
you.
audience, thank you for watching and thank you for having me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. All right.
Hey.